Where are all the freaking aliens? It's 2026. The doomsday clock is at 85 seconds to midnight. Everything is on fire, politically, environmentally, spiritually. Now I know, some of you are like, oh, they're waiting for Trump's third inauguration. First of all, relax. Second, okay, yeah, that does sound like something the Greys would do. But statistically, that excuse is garbage. Because the universe is stupidly big. Over 2 trillion galaxies, each with trillions of planets. Our Milky Way alone has between 100 and 400 billion stars, and most of those stars have multiple worlds. So even if life is rare, the numbers say the universe should be absolutely infested with advanced civilizations. Someone should be broadcasting, someone should be leaking radio noise, and yet, nothing. No signals, no probes, no Dyson spheres. Just dead air. This is the Fermi Paradox, the problem of they should be everywhere versus they are aggressively nowhere. And it's starting to get annoying. But here's the part nobody talks about. Maybe the problem isn't space, maybe the problem is time. Because when you actually look at how long intelligence took to show up on Earth, things get sketchy fast. Earth formed 4.5 billion years ago. It took basically all of that time for us to show up. And in less than 1 billion years from now, Earth will stop being friendly to complex life. So if you're keeping score, the universe gives us a narrow window, life uses almost every second of it, and intelligence shows up right before the door slams shut. That is not comforting timing. That is horror movie timing. Physicist Brandon Carter looked at this and said, yeah, that's probably not a coincidence. His conclusion, intelligence takes a ridiculously long time to evolve, longer than most planets stay habitable. So why did we make it just in time? Because if we hadn't, we wouldn't be here asking the question. That's the anthropic principle, which sounds deep, but it's basically the universe saying you're only here because this is the one timeline where you could be. And it gets worse. Carter pointed out that evolution didn't just move smoothly towards intelligence. It had to clear several near impossible hurdles, what we now call hard steps or great filters. Stuff like life starting from non-life, cells figuring out oxygen without dying, complex cells with internal machinery, sexual reproduction, multicellular life that doesn't immediately collapse, and intelligence capable of building Wi-Fi and nukes. Each one took forever. Each one may have only happened once. And even if each step had a generous 1% success rate, stacking them together gives odds so bad they might as well be zero. Which raises a very uncomfortable thought. Maybe the universe isn't empty because life is rare. Maybe it's empty because almost nobody ever finishes the process. In 2021, researchers led by Andrew Snyder-Beatty actually tried to put numbers on this. They built a mathematical model based on Earth's timeline and asked, okay, how often should intelligence actually show up? The answer? Almost never. The steps were probably slow everywhere. Many of them should take longer than a planet stays habitable. In simulations, over 99% of planets never produce intelligent life at all. Translation? We shouldn't exist. This channel shouldn't exist. And you shouldn't be watching this. And yet, here we are, somehow. Now, luckily, not everyone agrees with this doom spiral. Some scientists argue that life wasn't racing against time. Earth just needed to finish loading. Oxygen took billions of years to build up, and complex animals couldn't exist until it did. So maybe intelligence wasn't unlikely, maybe it was just waiting. In that version of the story, evolution wasn't struggling, the clock wasn't ticking, intelligence emerges naturally when conditions allow it. And if that's true, then intelligent life could actually be common, just on planets with the right chemical history. And the good news is we can check by studying exoplanet atmospheres and by searching for oxygen, methane, or weird chemical imbalances. In this way, future telescopes might tell us whether Earth is special or just early. But here's the problem. No matter which explanation you prefer, you run straight into the same nightmare question. Where is the great filter? Because something is stopping civilizations from filling the galaxy. And there are only 2 options. Option 1, we already passed it. Life itself was a miracle. Complex evolution was the bottleneck, and we're the lucky ones. The universe is quiet because nobody else made it this far. That's the hopeful interpretation. Option 2, we haven't hit it yet. Life is easy, intelligence is common, and every civilization eventually invents something it can't survive. AI, nanotech, climate collapse, weapons we haven't named yet. This is the bad end. And here's the messed up part. If we ever hear from aliens, even once, that's probably bad news. Because it means the early steps were easy, which means the thing that wipes everyone out is still ahead of us. So yeah, where are all the aliens? Maybe they never made it. Maybe they made it and didn't last. Maybe we're standing on the edge of the same cliff. But either way, the silence tells us something important. Intelligent life is absurdly rare, maybe unique, which means we might be the universe's only voice, the only place where the cosmos woke up and started asking questions. And if that's true, then this little, fragile, chaotic civilization of ours actually matters. Because if we screw this up, the universe doesn't try again. It just goes quiet.